Hi guys, so I just had 30 tons of gravel delivered to my driveway. I'm super excited about it. I've been wanting to make this purchase for about 2 years now since I bought this house because the front yard and the backyard were just kind of gross, just, you know, a big dirt pile. And I probably did this at the worst time of year because it is disgustingly humid outside. It's 110 today, it's supposed to be 115 tomorrow. So I may regret this, but I want to get it done, you know, for the summer. So the reason that I'm doing it is because when I planted all of these new trees, there's now a big green mound of crabgrass around the base of every tree. It looks really gross. I have to go out like every other weekend and weed whack it. I want to retire my weed whacker and just bring a nice aesthetic to the whole yard. And you can do that with really nice looking rocks. It's actually not very expensive. The 30 tons cost me about $1,000. And that breaks down, I think it was $32 per ton. So it's pretty affordable. And actually, believe it or not, 30 tons is not even half of what I need to cover my entire backyard because it's about a third of an acre. So I can always buy more, you know, there's plenty of rock. So I'm gonna get started on shoveling and getting this into place. I gotta prep the yard a little bit so that it comes out really smooth. And I'm gonna film the whole process. So let's get started. All right, so here's the big pile of gravel. And what I'm hoping to do first is the front yard, and what I'm actually kind of pissed about is all of this mulch that I put in originally, this nice black mulch. As soon as the rains came last summer, all of the crabgrass just went right through it. So it looked really gross, and I'm gonna work on replacing that with gravel, and that'll give it a nice clean look. However, in the meantime, I need to move all of this mulch to the backyard, and then I need to trim this grass to make sure that we have a nice even start for the gravel. So I got my work cut out for me, but I'll show you the backyard as well and kind of where I hope to put a lot of this gravel after I get the front yard done. I want to get this area done as well. This is the area to the right of the garage, and the little side yard is just, you know, covered with dead grass again. And then we'll go back through this gate. Here's the backyard, and then as you can see, all of the bases of the trees have just crabgrass everywhere. So I got to mow that down and then get it nice and ready for gravel. And if we go back across the yard here, you can see at the base of every plant, every tree that we have in, also maybe under the pergola, put some gravel. But you know, here in the corner, again, it's just all grass and it looks really gross. It requires constant trimming. So I want to get rid of that and at least do a nice gravel border across the whole yard here. So again, huge yard. I got a lot of work to do, but let's get after it. So I just got back from Lowe's and I picked up this big, beautiful wheelbarrow. And this is the first time I've ever done this. I actually negotiated in the store for the price because this thing looked like it had been sitting outside in their garden outdoor section for 2 years. It was absolutely filthy. I actually cleaned it up before I left the store, but there was crap all over it. And it was $150. And I asked them to take a discount on it, and they brought it down to $107. So saved like 40 bucks. I'm super happy. And it's a huge wheelbarrow. I'll show you guys, but I'm ready to transport a ton of gravel, and this should come in super handy. So I recycled the mulch around the basketball court, and now I'm just gonna spread it out and get back to clearing out the front yard. So a couple hours later, I have all of the mulch moved. That was quite the job. And now what I'm gonna do is try to get the surface as level as possible. I also need to clean up, some of these dead roots from the grass. And then I'm just gonna try to get it as, flat as possible so we have a nice clean surface to start laying the gravel. And I did a pretty good job, but I'm also gonna take my weed whacker and just try to, like I said, get everything as smooth and as flat and break up some of these roots. The only real problem I might have is around this fan palm right here, because there's so much mulch that's basically fused to the roots of this grass. So I'm gonna try to take the weed whacker and get it down, but I might end up with a little bit of a mound, but not a huge issue. So I'm gonna need a few more minutes and then we'll be ready to start putting some gravel down. All right, the ground is prepped, the edges have been trimmed, the grass is gone, and now I'm ready to lay some gravel. You guys are gonna have to tune in for part 2 so you can see the complete transformation and the yard makeover of both the front yard and part of the backyard. As you can see, I'm super dirty. That was a filthy job picking up the mulch and getting the ground ready. So let's take a look at the before video to see how the front yard looks before we get that gravel down, and we'll see you on part 2.